Alright, here we go. So, I'm in the process of getting my real estate license, and in the meantime, I've been practicing my listing presentation and objections. But for today, I'm going to do the listing presentation blindfolded for you guys and for myself, just to get out of my comfort zone because I've never done anything like this. So, let's get started. And I'm going to go through it pretty quick because it's a pretty long script. So here we go. Pretty confident I won't mess up. Let's get it. All right. Hi blank, thanks for having me over. Are you excited about moving to blank? Good. Now, would it be okay if I give myself a quick tour? If it's okay, let's use the kitchen table so we can lay everything out. Now let's talk about getting you to blank. Now the first thing I like to do is review your situation and what's important to you about making this move. Is that okay? Great. Now I have 3 bottom line questions for you. Are you ready? Number 1, are you definitely ready to sell your property? Good. Number 2, will you price it where it will sell, or are you okay just keep it on the market for a long time? Great. And number 3, most important, blank, do you want me to get it sold for you? Awesome. Blank, the purpose of our meeting today is twofold. Number 1 is for me to provide you with some very important information about what it's going to take to get your house sold for top dollar so you can get to blank by blank, right? And number 2 is for us to determine today if the right thing for you is to partner with me in the sale of your home. Does that sound fair enough? And whether you decide to hire me or not, I hope it will become clear through our meeting that my goal is to help you get what you want. Because if I can't help you, I'll tell you today, because I'm not interested in just getting a listing. I'm very interested in helping you get to blank by blank because that's what you want, right? Great, then we're on the same page. So here's what I'll do. There's one key item for us to address today, and that is to determine the right price to set on your home that will cause it to sell, right? Because obviously you don't want to keep it on the market for a long time to have it not sell, correct? So here's what I'll do. As soon as you decide to hire me, I'm going to do everything it takes through my action plan to get your home exposed to all the qualified buyers in the market, because that is the kind of exposure you want, right? Great, so the key today for us is to establish the right price that will get those qualified buyers excited when they see your home. Does that make sense? Now, in preparing for our meeting, I did a thorough market study on your home, also called a competitive market analysis. Are you familiar with this? There are 3 main parts to the market study. First are the active listings. These are your competition, right? I call this Dreamland because this is what people want to get for their homes, but they don't know what it's actually going to sell for. Second are the expired listings. These are your competition, right? Second are the expired listings. Do you know what these are? Right, these are properties that didn't sell. They wanted to sell, but something went wrong. I call this Never Never Land. Can you see why? Because you never want to be here. And last are the sold homes. This is reality because it tells us what homes are actually going for in this market. Are you with me? Now, this is where we'll want to focus today, because in order to get you to blank by blank, in which of these 3 categories do you want to end up in? Right, you want to end up in sold. Now, the whole purpose of a market analysis is to determine the value of your home. First, as buyers will look at it, and second, as the appraiser will look at it. I'm sure you can understand why that's important to you, right? Because first, the appraiser, because that's who the lender will hire to determine the value of your home based on what comparable homes are actually going for in this market, which is what buyers are actually paying now. Does that make sense? And second, so that we price your home in a way that will make it attractive to buyers, because is a buyer only going to look at your home, or are they going to shop around and compare your home with others? Right, they're going to shop around and compare with others. So as they look around, what do you think they're comparing? Right, they're comparing features such as quality, condition, location, and they're comparing price, right? So are you ready to take a look? CMA. So based on what the market is telling us, what price do you feel will get buyers excited about choosing your property over our competition? Okay, so after looking at your home and reviewing what the market is telling us, I'm suggesting we list the house for blank, and you can see why that's the right price, right? Great, because that will get you the best price for your home in this market in the best time possible, so we can get you to blank by blank. Won't that be exciting? Fantastic. Now, do you have any questions on anything we've covered? Are you ready for the next step? Here's the net sheet. The net sheet provides you with all the costs associated with selling your home and how much you're going to walk away with after the sale of your home. That is something you'd like to know, correct? Right. So here are all the standard closing fees and expenses for sellers. Any questions on that? Cool. So based on a realistic sales price of blank and a closing date of blank, here are your estimated total net proceeds to you at closing and after your tax escrow refund blank. Is that a number you can live with? I understand. It's less than you were expecting. Is that a number you can live with if you had to? Great. So we'll get it on the market at blank, which we agreed is the right price, right? Awesome. Well, I'm ready for you to put me to work. Are you ready for the next step? Can I lay out for you what's going to happen next? here are the highlights. First, we want to make sure the home shows that is best, right? Such as staging, etc. Second, I'll be preparing the marketing for your property and launch my pre-marketing campaign immediately because you did want us to get the most exposure to the market as fast as possible, correct? Great. Next, we launch our exclusive 10-day marketing blitz. Your property will be marketed to every potential buyer out there and exposed to all the most popular websites. Next, I'm sure you can understand how important that kind of internet exposure is for you, right? Right, so because you do want me to give you the right exposure that will get the best buyers in here, right? Awesome, because that's exactly what you're gonna get with me. So, that being said, with that exposure, assuming the market performs as we expect, we'll be getting lots of buyer traffic, which I'll be following up with that, which will then give us the best offers. Then I'll be negotiating all those offers to ultimately get your property sold for top dollar and get you blank. Are you ready for that? Great, so are you ready to start packing? I don't mean today, but soon. Perfect. Do you have any questions on anything we've covered? Great, so are you ready to let me help you make this move happen and get to blank? Awesome. I'll have you initial here on the CMA and the net sheet, and we'll prepare the rest of the paperwork for you, and I'll get to work. Congratulations.